Welcome to today's ribbon cutting ceremony for the City of Sioux Falls. My name is April Meyerink and I'm with Black Hills Federal Credit Union. I'll be emceeing this special event. There are a number of people that would like to say a few words about this beautiful new building and how it came to fruition and the long patience that everybody took to get here. But before we do so, let me say a little bit about the city building. City services will be taken to a whole new level for residents and businesses when this new city building opens this summer with the aim of centralizing the departments into a government corridor in downtown Sioux Falls. The building will be fully staffed and open for business on Monday, June 25th. The occupancy plan allows for room growth in both the new building and the city hall and will increase collaboration between areas that frequently interact. Fire prevention, public parking, utility building, city attorney's office, mayor's office, affordable housing, community development, human resources, and finance will be located in City Hall. While licensing, parks and recreation administration, planning and building services, engineering, and public works administration will be housed in this new building. With the ribbon cutting ceremony today, we congratulate the City of Sioux Falls on the new city building and thank them for their continued investment in the Sioux Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. Next up to say a few words is Rex Rolfing, our City Councilor.
This is going to be fun because I can say just about anything I want. I've only got, a few days left, so anyway. But as usual, I've been toned down a little bit. But I wanted to thank everyone who's here for being here. I know a lot of city councilors are here. I see a bunch of them here. Thank you for being part of this and this needed building. I remember about 4 or 5 years ago when we were having some real disturbances down here at the park. And there were fights, there's a lot of drinking, loitering, and a lot of people were upset, and it was disturbing to the people who work in and around this area. I sent an email to Mayor Mike stating, why don't we develop that whole new area into that new office building, administration building that we need? Well, a couple hours later, I got an email back, and I was appointed to a committee that was already established to do that. So it was fun, and doing some of this, I had grander plans. But this is grand. This is really nice. A little did I know that in 2018, we'd be standing here celebrating the opening of this much needed new administration building that's going to stand tall as a symbol of the growth of Sioux Falls and we've been blessed with. Many of you may not know that we're running Sioux Falls on the same number of employees per thousand that we did 8 years ago. And it's significantly lower than many of the comparable cities across this Midwest. We grow. We need room for our city employees to deliver the services that our citizens have come to expect from a great city that we do have now. So it's with a lot of honor and pride and a sense of accomplishment that I'm able to help dedicate this building today to the people of Sioux Falls, to help continue the growth and services we will need to provide into the future. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this historic day. With that, I'd like to introduce Sue Quanbeck-Etten, who is Director of Central Services.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. We're so excited. I'm not going to go through the whole history, but we started city needs assessment back in 2012 with a formal study, and here we are 6 years later with our beautiful building about to be open June 25th to the public. This will take city services to a whole new level. We're just thrilled that we're going to have 40,000 square feet of office space occupied with the departments that were mentioned previously. Engineering, public works, admin, parks admin, etc. And City Hall, we built it in 1935. We're going to continue to use that building to the highest level. We've invested several $1 million lately to the infrastructure there to make sure that that building can continue to serve the citizens and our city staff for many years to come. We will be installing signage, wayfinding signage along Dakota Avenue and in the blocks in the downtown area to direct people to city services. So those will be going up soon. But another thing I wanted to mention to you, one thing that we've been talking about quite a bit lately is what to call this building. Well, we conducted interviews with city employees, city councilors, city council staff, Minnehaha County staff, and some Sioux Falls residents to get people's opinions and viewpoints on what we should name this building. Well, the building is going to be at the center of our government corridor. If you look along Dakota, Carnegie to the far south, our city hall, in between this new building, and then county campus just beyond, and then the law enforcement center to the north. That's our government corridor. This one will be in the center of that corridor. And this building is the center of business, the center of city government. And it's almost exactly in the center of the city. We thought about the word administration, too many syllables. And possible confusion. The building just half a block away is the Minnehaha County Administration Building. We thought about the word municipal, kind of a mouthful, but we did want to make the distinction between this building being a municipal building and then county campus just beyond. So we decided upon the word city. City is much easier to say, less letters for the signs. And so we decided upon city center. It's easy to say, it distinguishes it as a city services building, and it is indeed in the center of the government corridor. So, simple and concise. And with that, I'll turn it over to our next speaker, which is Councilor Kiley.
Well, thank you very much. It is truly great to be here today. To say it was a bit of a challenge to get here, I guess that would be an understatement. But it was a challenge that was worth taking on. And so we are here today, and as Councilor Rolfing said, we have a number of other councilors in, and some of the councilors that actually did not support this project. But what's most important is that they're all behind it now, and looking forward to what this is going to deliver to the citizens of Sioux Falls. So we could talk a lot about how we got here and the importance of having a new building to serve us, but I'm going to shift gears, as I was asked to, and let's talk a little bit about the name. A city center is the commercial, cultural, and often the historical, political, and geographical heart of the city. Well, we are standing here in nearly the exact center of the city. This sparkling new building named City Center will be the center of continued economic development, the center where government makes good things happen, a center where city employees will enjoy an environment that is advantageous to the performance of their duties. It will be a central hub where city employees can deliver great services to the citizens of Sioux Falls. It will be a center where residents and city employees will meet together in collaboration. As our current City Hall has provided services for over 80 years, this new administration building will be the center of productivity and service to our citizens for many years to come. It too will serve Sioux Falls for 80 years and beyond. This is a great day for all of Sioux Falls, as City Center will be the center of one of the most vibrant downtowns in America. City Center will generate good ideas, more plans, and more progress that will benefit the citizens of Sioux Falls for decades to come. People of Sioux Falls, welcome to your City Center.
Next on the agenda is Matt Tobias.
First off, on behalf of myself and the other city employees who will soon call this place home, I want to thank the City Council and Mayor Huther for making all this possible. As you've been planning and designing this beautiful new building, one word keeps being brought up over and over again, that word being collaboration. Collaboration is defined as working together to get things done. I can't even begin to imagine how much collaboration will take place between the multiple different departments within these walls. Employees from planning and building services, parks and recreation, licensing, public works administration, and engineering will soon have the opportunity to collaborate by sharing ideas, sharing work, to be efficient as possible while serving the public. We will all soon have the ability to do this in a space that fits all of our needs and will continue to do so for many more years to come. As code enforcement manager, I have the unique opportunity to work with multiple different departments at the same time. This new building will allow me to strengthen the relationships and have the opportunity to collaborate with the various departments who will soon call this place home. The average employee spends 2,000 hours of their life at work each year. So I'm pleased that the city chose to make the difficult decision to invest in a physical space that employees will want to show up to every day. One of the single most important factors of employee well-being is related to the physical workspace employees show up to every day. Employee well-being is strongly correlated to employee productivity and performance. Employees who enjoy and like their work environments will be more engaged, more productive, happier, and healthier. I have no doubt, after getting a sneak peek of this building, that all the employees who will show up here will thoroughly enjoy it. Again, I want to thank the City Council, Mayor Huther, the project management team, the design team, for making this dream become a reality. Thank you.
And now I have the pleasure of introducing to you our outgoing mayor. We haven't always seen eye to eye. Almost. A lot of times we have, but there have been times when we've had some discussions, let's put it that way, and that's okay. That's what collaboration is, and that's what getting things done. So I just wanted to say thank you publicly to you for being my friend and for being our mayor for the last 8 years. Congratulations, and it's yours.
$1935. I mean, it's just so hard to imagine what Sioux Falls and what America was like 83 years ago. Again, 1935. Certainly a time of uncertainty, certainly plenty of challenges, but also there was this hunger for hope and optimism as well. Can you only imagine the dialogue amongst the citizens of Sioux Falls, South Dakota back then? When community leaders first dreamed about building a place where the citizens' needs would be met, their concerns addressed, and ultimately their dreams captured. My goodness, the debate, it had to be intense. The disagreements at times, I'll bet they were fierce amongst the leaders and the citizens there. Gosh, what was the investment going to be a worthy one? Was Sioux Falls ready back then, 83 years ago? I wasn't there then, but I ultimately know how the storyline has evolved. Thank goodness. The citizens, the community leaders, the public servants back then, they moved forward and invested in our grand city hall. It has served us in such a tremendous way for 83 years, and my instincts, yep, my gut instincts say it is going to stand strong for easily another 83 years. If I could, and I'll bet if all of you could, you would say thank you to those citizens and community leaders. Thank you. I have had the pleasure and the honor to be in City Hall for 8 years. It's been phenomenal. You know, I cannot thank those pioneers way back then in making Sioux Falls a better place for generations to come. But, oh my goodness, I am certainly blessed to be here today. And I can thank our current pioneers, all of you, all the citizens of Sioux Falls in making Sioux Falls better with this city center building. Better, yes, now, and better, yes, for generations to come. Our citizens, they're worthy of investments like this. You know, serving them, serving our citizens at the highest level, it's of the utmost importance. It is. Our investors in this town, our dreamers in this town, our builders in this town, our planners, they're also worth the investment. If we can inspire them to reach higher, dream bigger, that too is of the utmost importance. And yep, Matt, one of almost 1,300 employees. Matt, our employees are worth the investment. You know, inspiring them, motivating them, coaching them to serve our citizens, all the while serving our great city employees, this team, it too is of the utmost importance. This grand city, we call it Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and all of our citizens, all of our employees, you know what? They were worth it back in 1935, and they're certainly worth it today. Look what we accomplished, Sioux Falls. We did it again. I am so incredibly proud of all of you. Thanks for allowing me to be part of this celebration today. Thanks for letting me be part of this journey. It has been an honor and a blessing. Now, let's go cut a ribbon and remember what happened in 1935 and remember what happened in 2018 and how worthy the investments in all of you are. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I'm Dr. Dave Kupaska. I'm the past chair of the chamber. And so I get here to be here and represent our 2,200 members and probably more importantly, our 87,000 employees that those members represent also. And two things came to mind as Mayor Mike was speaking. One was, can you imagine asking for money in 1935 in the middle of the Great Depression? I can tough conversations I'm sure were had. But I wanted to share one moment that impacted me in my business life here, but also in my life in the city as a volunteer and such, like all of you have been. In 2010, when the event center discussion was on, and congratulations to you, Mayor Mike, and all for that, it was, there were a lot of thoughts, a lot of conversations. and such. But I went to a meeting that I was invited to, and a demographer said in 2010 that by 2025, we will have 90,000 more people in the Sioux Falls metro area. 90,000. And you could have pushed me over with a feather. Being a hospital guy, are we prepared for that? Absolutely not. Being a city guy, are we prepared for that? Absolutely not. And when you realize, and it goes beyond that to all of our businesses, when you realize that, and the fact that many of these decisions take 5 and 10 and 15 years to convince ourselves that that investment's worthwhile, how can we go without leaders like Mayor Mike and our city council that look forward 5 and 10 years to say, how are we ready for the rest of those folks so that we can take good care of them? And I think this is another example, a prime example of how we do that, how we stay ahead of the curve. And I congratulate everyone that was involved with it. It's an amazing feat. It takes a lot of courage. And sometimes, you know, it takes more courage than we'd like to offer, to be honest. But I'm glad we're here, and I think in 5 years, we'll just go, city center's awesome. Thank God we have it here. Thank you. Okay? So, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, the Sioux Falls Area Chamber of Commerce, it's my honor to extend congratulations for this city building, which maybe we'll change this to the city center. Can we get that done, please? I thought we could. Yeah. We share our sincere best wishes for your success and continued growth in the Sioux Falls area. Presented May 10th, 2018, signed Jason M. Ball, our president, as well as Steve Van Buskirk, our board chair this year. And our congratulations. I hope you'll find a great place for this to hang in this building, and know that all 87,000 of our members are right behind you and thankful for what you have all done for us. So thank you very much.